Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm so excited for you to see what is in store for today, but before we do that, I'd like to ask you to please subscribe to my channel before you leave, and let's get started. So today I'm going to be playing with some makeup, yay. I'm going to be doing a two-part to this because for Christmas, as you guys saw in my unboxing, I got some stuff from Sephora, some stuff from Avon, and some stuff from Paris Hilton. Well, I got a lot of products from Paris Hilton because I got that like huge package. Well, then I also already had some things that I was going to try out from her brand. So because of that, I split it up and made it into where I could do two videos with it. So that's what we're going to do today. So this is part one, so excited, and there will be a part two of me using the rest of the product. So some of the stuff is going to be out of that huge box that I got, and then some of the stuff is going to be out of something that I already had, which was a Paris Hilton Sculpt and Contour palette, which had this contour palette in it. So there's like some regular powder, some just matte face powders that you could use. There's 2 face powders, 2 highlighters, and 4 like bronzing contour shades. So I'm going to be using this as my base. I'm not actually going to put foundation on or a primer or anything. I'm just going to go straight in with the powder. Then I was going to try out the lighter highlighter because I feel like the more like peachy highlighter would probably be too dark on my skin tone, but I may do like one on each side just to see, and then maybe try to contour with the contour shades. A contouring brush and a blending brush. So for the blending brush, I was going to try to use that to either apply my other products or try to apply the powder, but it also came with a blending sponge. I'm not going to wet this because I'm going to use this for actually applying my foundation. I'm going to do like half my face with the sponge to see if this applies well. Like I haven't wet it because I'm not going in with like foundation. Normally if you wet it, you'd be going in with liquid products. That's not always the case, but for me personally, normally if I'm going to go straight into a powder product, unless I had already wet it from doing my foundation and then I'm going to powder with it, then that's totally fine. But normally if I'm just going to go straight in with just powder, I will not wet it, so I'm not going to wet my beauty sponge. I got a blush and highlight palette from Paris Hilton, and this is what it looks like. Very shimmery and pretty. And I also got a Pro Glow face palette, 8 color highlighting palette, and that's what she looks like. So I'll be using both of those. I'm going to be using the liquid eyeshadows and also the lip glosses. So I'm going to go in with the more like peachier shade because I feel like the more yellow shade is too like yellowy for my skin tone. You love my little hair clip. It's from Alicia and James. I don't know if this video will be going up first or my haul from Alicia and James will be going up first, but yeah, I think this is really cute. And if you check the description box, I have an affiliate link. If you click on that link to purchase from her website, I get a little bit of commission, so I don't feel pressured to use it, just thought I'd mention it. So I feel like you're really gonna have to dig to get the product out. So I'm gonna try to go in with the yellow one and see if maybe that would add a little more coverage. I don't know if this will be a mistake or not, but we'll just see. I feel like the coverage of the powder, I don't know that it would be really good just to use it as the base of what I'm noticing. Maybe these were just mainly supposed to be like for setting the face versus actually using them as your base. Went in with some Morphe Mist and Set. I know that's not from Paris Hilton, but it does help if you're looking a little too like cakey or if you're looking a little too dry or too powdery. it helps with that. I'm gonna try to use the brush for the highlighter just to see if it'll work for that. It's a blending brush. It didn't really explain on the box what it was, so I'm not exactly sure what it was wanting you to use it for because it gave you a contour brush. That's why I figured it'd be for powder. So maybe in the future I could use it to set my face. Like I said, I could try that either in a different video, in the continued part 2 video, and off camera and stuff like that. So let's just see how this highlighter looks. So it's definitely subtle, but it's kind of there. That's actually the darker one that I assumed would give me like a dark cast, but since it's so subtle, it's not that bad. So now I'm gonna go in with the lighter one and just see what that one looks like. Yeah, that one's a little more blinding. So I'm not really sure which one I want to use for contour. I feel like all of these might be too dark for me, these two and this one, so I'm probably going to go in with the more cool toned one just to see. I'm really curious to see how this brush works. It's kind of like shaped differently. I feel like it's not really blending well. I don't really know what's going on there, so I'm going to take a little bit of the powder, like just the plain powder, not the actual contouring powder, and just try to like blend this out and fix it. I feel like that looks a little better, but not the best application. I don't know if it's just this brush or the actual contour kits. So now I have the blush and highlight palette that I'm gonna jump into for blush, because I have the highlighting palette, so I was probably gonna try to focus this one on blush. I feel like these are like all like really shimmery. So what I'm gonna do is just take the blending brush and try to use it for the blush. Since it's so big compared to the pans, like you can't really just dip into like one color. So I feel like I should just swirl it around, mix all these colors together of the Ibiza side. So I'm just gonna like dip around like this on the top Ibiza one and just see what that looks like as a blush. So it's definitely a shimmery blush versus being like a matte blush. So I'm gonna try to dip into the two darker shades of the blush to try to like deepen it up and see what that looks like. Yeah, I feel like that made it look more blushy versus being like a blush topper. So now we have the Pro Face Palette highlight palette. So these seem like they're gonna be really pretty. I'm gonna go in with the white shade up here, and I'm just gonna take the blending brush into the white shade and put that over here because this highlight wasn't that good earlier, because I mean, not that it wasn't good, it was just subtle and I like my highlighters to be blinding. So that's definitely more blinding than the highlighter that was on there before. So I feel like if you were gonna realistically go in with all these, you'd be going for like a super like shimmery glow from within kind of looks, because everything seems like really shimmery versus being like a matte blush or a matte bronzer, which there is matte bronzer. Okay, so now I'm going to go in with the eyeshadows. These are liquid eyeshadows. So I'm going to swatch them first. Yes, that one's really pigmented. Okay. So maybe I spoke too soon. The brown one is very pigmented. I really like that one. And I'm not really sure how quickly these dry down or how well they dry down or what even is going to happen. So let's just experience it together. So I'm basically putting it all over the lid right before the crease, because if I put it on the crease, I'm sure it would crease before it dried. So we're just gonna leave it there. I think I'll put the pink and the yellow one on the other eye, just to be a little crazy and to use them all. So I'll put the yellowy one on the inner part to the middle. So now I'm going to put the pink one on the outer part to the middle. So they're almost dried down, I can feel that. So I feel like with the pink one, you're definitely going to have to put it over another shadow unless you just like the little bit of sheer pink on the lid. Either way is fine, but I feel like over like a pink shadow would look really pretty. The yellow one you can build up and be able to make it more pigmented to go by itself. And then the bronzy one looks really pretty by itself. I feel like these would be cute either like I'm doing right now on the lid, or even on the inner corner to highlight it, or even on the lower lash line, wherever you feel the need to put it. I feel like it would look good. So last is the lip glosses. So here's the pink one. None of them have shade names. So they actually seem pretty, this seems pigmented so far. So there's the pink one. Here is the nude one right next to it. Seems really pretty too. These also smell really good. So here's like a more like mauve-y pink, which kind of is like what I like to wear right there. And lastly, this beautiful red. So the red seems a little more patchy than the other ones, but they all seem really pretty. I don't really have like a specific look going, so I think I'm gonna go in with the more like mauve pink one because that tends to be like the kind of lippy that I go for. Seems super gorgeous. Cute. Love that. Oh my gosh. This lip gloss dried down. It's not even a lip gloss. It's literally like a dried down lip. Like, what? Okay, yeah, so it says lip gloss, but it's actually like a dry down liquid lip. So that was a surprise to me. That's actually pretty cool. So yeah, if you did want to purchase any of this stuff, TJ Maxx or Marshalls is probably your best bet. Yeah, so I'm gonna keep trying this stuff out for you and let you guys know. So be ready for part 2 because I'm gonna be doing lashes and eyeshadow and mascara and eyeliner and all kinds of other stuff, so definitely stay tuned for that. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any video suggestions, please comment them down below and check the description box for more information about the video. My Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at GlamGirlGray. See you next time.